Hello everyone, and welcome back to Naysmith Gaming. I'm the Naysmith, here to give you a game to enjoy and some questions to think about. As we are returning to Civilization 6, the topic of the day is the nature of conflict. Hello everyone, this is the second voiceover that I'm doing, because I record this at the same time as my previous episode. Right now I'm moving my units to handle the war with Harold, who declared a surprise war on me, and yeah, I've been looking for a target. I was actually looking west instead of south, but I'll take it. Especially since he'll give me some decent coastlines. Voting down there. Hope that's going to be enough. Oh look, there's exactly enough. I got lucky. Shaka doesn't like either of us, but he's not going to take sides. Since he's the declarer of war, why did he get to do an emergency? Really, the emergency should be his aggression, not my conquest in retaliation. So anyway, I'm building up right now, because I've got enough units that I can take over when I want. If I want to take over. Or so I thought when I was deciding that. Because new to Civilization 6, or rather new to the Civilization series in Civ 6, the loyalty mechanic. Or rather, a loyalty mechanic that prevents conquest too far away from your own borders. So I'm basically waiting to move my units into position. Or rather, I'm actively doing so, just waiting for the turn timer. I mean, for my enemies to finish moving. He does not have walls, so I can safely move my units into bombardment position without worrying about making sure I can attack on my first turn for maximum efficiency. No. It's way too small of a bribe.
Nay!
I actually hope that chariot comes out so I can kill it. But for now, this is mostly just figuring out what to do while I wait to conquer the city. Because this game doesn't require... First of the series does not require... is the first of the series to not require cities to be next to the coast to actually make use of the coast. I mean, there are some must be next to the coast, but things, if I recall correctly, but ultimately just a harbor district will do, giving both protection from the sea and the benefits of being by the sea. Which actually nerfed ships a bit. Now I simply wait until I have the opportunity
Remember that people break down too, not just machinery.
So at my next opportunity, I can convert those archers to crossbowmen, which with my current gold income isn't going to be soon. If you'll notice that red heart by the health meter for the city, I am flanking it. Or rather, all 6 tiles adjacent to it are within my zone of control, which basically means it does not get to heal up. Right when I'm about to conquer a city.
Nay.
I'm just gonna take over the city, I think, this very turn. Yep. Now, of course I want to keep the city, but in a moment I'm going to see that loyalty meter. Oh, sure, might as well assign a governor there. But it'll still be -4. I can't keep this city. I just plain cannot keep a hold of this city. His next city down has walls, so I'm going to need siege units to break that. Can't build the monument in time, and it wouldn't give me enough loyalty in the first place. My galleys are no longer of any use.
As it turns out,
So I believe this is my 4th playthrough of Civilization 6, for the camera, so to speak. The AI seems to love declaring war on me. It seems to love picking on someone who thinks is weaker, or has something it wants. I'm starting to get a bit frustrated by that. Yes, it's part of what the game is supposed to be, but I am annoyed at the AI. So as long as the AI thinks that can declare war on me, I want to kick the AI down a few pegs. Quite a few, actually. And I took one city and got another, but I can't hold on to it. I can no longer choose to burn it to deny it to them, because I chose to keep it and did not realize that I would not be able to keep it. So right now I am positioning my units. So I'll be able to retake the city when it rebels against me. And then I will have another option. When I retake the city, after it rebels against me, I'll be able to burn it then.
The 4 building blocks of the universe are fire.
If I can't have it, then my enemies surely can't either. Right, now I'm just moving my units into a position where I'll be able to attack, where they probably won't get destroyed instantly by the rebellion. Ah yes, I want to get dams, because I'm going to conquer to the west after this. Once I've sorted this mess out. I'm going to accept that peace finally. Now, because I'm no longer occupying it, it's going to rebel a whole lot sooner. If I remove the governor, well, if I do or don't, then I can have a very good guess about when it's going to rebel. And by letting him cede the city to me, after my conquest of it, I incurred some number of grievances against him. If I'd burned the city when I first captured it, I would have incurred a lot more grievances. But if the city rebels, well, it doesn't actually belong to anyone, so no one will complain. Grievances are generated against civilizations, not against free cities. Which leaves me to wonder, when did I turn so dark? I used to love conquering cities intact, with only minimal damage to the environment around them. Now I'm casually planning to burn a city just to make a point to the AI. Or rather, just to reduce the AI's power.
I cannot imagine any condition with... Listen.
Just doing a bit of planning what civics I want, or policies. Sorry, they're called policies in this version. On this menu. I think civics is the culture boost. Is the stuff I get from culture, not from... Though I unlock these with culture just fine. Right now I'm building up my economy again. Need a strong economy for basically everything in this game. I have vacated the city, it's going to rebel. Might as well move it back to somewhere... Might as well move her back to somewhere useful. Just doing some scouting, keeping my galleys together, so they can defend each other if they encounter barbarian ships. So yeah, food, science, and housing. That's what my benefits are going to be from the religion. With their rebellion, I can just crash right into their swordsmen. I don't need to attack with the archer there, because I can just kill the horseman just fine. Ah, enemy slingers. Right. At this point, I suppose I could also use this free city as a battleground. Could also have chosen to get my units a lot more experienced. I'm not so sure that would be a good idea. It's just too disloyal. Conquest, reconquest, and just plain... I'd end up losing too many units in the attempt. It only took me a couple turns to wipe out both their units. I'm going to call this a strong lesson in favor of masses of units instead of just picket forces. I'm generally fond of picket forces, because every unit built is a building not built. However, after seeing this, yeah, cities can fall way too fast. Moving into position so that I can siege the city and prevent it from recovering health before it has a chance to request to rejoin Harald. Because no, I spent a bit of effort taking that city away from them. I am not going to let them get it back, especially not considering how readily they wanted to go to war with me. I'm basically fed up with the AI. I've mentioned, but I do not want that city to cause me any more trouble. And they are still disloyal. But I'm not at war with anyone, and it does not belong to anyone, so no one complains. I promise a question with pretty much every video. Most likely almost always in the description. This is going to my question today is going to focus very strongly on what I have just done. Again, I don't ask that you ever answer my questions, only that you think about them. This is looking on at this after some weeks after I originally did this. I'm disturbed, but honestly, I'm not sure I would have chosen differently if I were doing it now. Simply because it was the tactical move. It is a 4x game. Like, oof. I won't be able to settle there at all, but at least it'll cost Harold a fair bit to settle there again. Oh yeah, someone sniped my iron source again. Which is why I'm going to look to my west shortly. I'm going to look to my west. And that ship looks like it's almost got enough experience to level up, and so undo that damage anyway. I'm gonna have enough gold to upgrade someone soon.
Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for.
Getting my iron back with that. And now I'm building up my economy. Because constant warfare... Even if I could smash all those walls so they couldn't fight back and then just pillage everything, eventually I'd need to leave so that they could rebuild, so that there'd be more to pillage. So constant warfare is... I need gaps between wars so that I can rebuild or build up for the next one.
An architect should live as little in...
I'm looking at ways I can send Amani around to prevent more sniping of my city-states, but didn't see anything that would help. Going over this and trying to remember. Well, I'm gonna try to remember to double check my microphone before every recording after this. Now I'm back in the boring building up an economy and moving some of my units into position for the push west. When I start this game up again, I'm going to need to remember that I want siege units for those walls. I don't seem to have any at this time. Not even queued up. I don't actually want the city-states for the diplomatic favor. I want them in part to deny the diplomatic favor to everyone else. You know, why doesn't World Congress introduce us all to each other? I mean, in Stellaris, the galactic community does that. Seems like something that should happen. Or we could call it the Continental Congress, until we get to know everyone. Or at least until everyone is connected in a chain of someone knows someone.
Normal people believe that if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Ah,
Engineers believe that if it ain't broke, it doesn't have enough features yet.
now I can build the siege units. But not yet, because these buildings are more important. And I'm going on the path of conquest this time. They've got a great general, plus whatever that unit is. It's gonna be a tough fight. I know I should be conquering the city-states because I'm playing as Frederick, but I really prefer otherwise. I'll consider it in another playthrough. But really, my bonus district is a powerful enough ability that I really shouldn't be playing too hard into that. Though I might later. Oh. Yeah, I failed to build that wonder. At least I can get a Hansa out of trouble. And I am back to the boring building up my economy that I spoke of last week. If you'd like me to start skipping over the just building up the economy and then just summarize after I'm done, and only show the big things like particularly valuable technologies in civics or all that, let me know in the comments. I asked this last week as well. Looking over this after the fact, and being not able to actually open up my menu to check how long the era has left, I'm a little concerned by only having half of the required points for a golden age. Ah, I'm sending them to take care of that encampment for now. So I might as well grab some of that gold. What am I waiting for? Oh, I'm trying to decide if I want to build a city in this area once I get rid of the encampment. So I'll have to get rid of Kongilla first, or capture it. Because the loyalty will be a problem.
With the advance of feudalism came the growth of iron armor, until, at last, a fighting man resembled an armadillo.
My mind keeps going back to how dark I've become. I used to prefer only defensive wars, and now I'm actively preparing for conquest of the entire continent. I'm going to suppose that's probably a natural reaction to playing this game long enough. But, yeah. I just plain do not want the AI to keep trying to push me over. To keep thinking it can try. I don't actually think I'm going to get diplomatic victory, especially since I'm going to be riding the diplomatic points low on account of my intent to conquer. But actually, I'm hoping I don't get the diplomatic victory, even as I try to optimize a bit. Simply because I really want to win by other means for once. The game is young, but, oh yeah, I need to get Celestial Navigation. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have a great day. This is the Naysmith, signing out.